Wait for some people. We got stream elements, Facebook restream. Me. All right, we got 2 people. What up, Swine? How you doing, bud? So there's a lot of stuff going on. My boy died in a car accident the other night. They don't have any money to pay for a funeral or anything, so we started a GoFundMe. Thank you, Swine. I appreciate you, bud. CT Transparency, what up? This involves I mean, it doesn't involve you, but you live in Connecticut too, so this is important. But they I don't know the truth yet, and I'm just going off of what people have told me, and I've heard different things from both sides. The only way we're ever really going to find out is by getting the body cameras from the state police, if they'll ever give them to us, which I don't see why they wouldn't, because there's no case open. What up, Irish? But what I'm hearing from his girlfriend, his kid's mother, who's been with him the whole time I've known him, she said that he crashed. He was up against, I got a picture of the car before everything, like when it was up against the tree. It was in a messed up spot. I guess it took him like two hours to try and get to try and get him out, and they couldn't get him out. And I don't know why, but they said for some reason they were trying to cut the tree, which to me doesn't make much sense. If it's been 2 hours, the tree's not going to catch on fire, and I doubt it's going to fall. So why are we messing with the tree? Just doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm going upstairs where there's light and stuff. It's just weird, and I've never seen a crime scene in Connecticut where they went and cleaned up, not even a crime scene. It's not a crime scene. It's an accident. Where they went and cleaned up the skid marks, like they went and cleaned up the road. Yeah, CT Transparency. I think that's the only thing we'll be able to do. She said she was there. She said once it fell, they made her leave. They allowed everybody else to say, but they made her leave. Doesn't make much sense. They said it fell right on the window where he was. The police are trying to say, I guess, that he was dead on impact, but the homeowner that was there that came outside first said that he was conscious and mumbling and talking, or attempting to talk. Oh, we're working on it, Swine. It's hard because they got no money, bro. He was the breadwinner. Like, John, it was pinned weird. It was like flipped up. I think the driver's side was up, but it was against the car. It wasn't really even like pinned. It was more or less leaning against the tree. It would have made more sense to flip the car down or lower it down and get him out that way, not remove the tree. We'll see what happens. It's definitely going to be looked into. One of my other boys just called me, and he just beat a case in Rhode Island, actually, they arrested him for driving by. Somebody hit his truck, and he's got a really nice truck. He's got a custom, like, it's like a military Dodge Edition truck. And I've never seen another one like it, but somebody hit him, I guess. And I guess he pulled over on the side of the road and was like bitching on the phone or talking on the phone about it. And of course he was upset, and he leaves. Well, they come and arrest him later because the homeowner had cameras up and complained that he was out there talking to his truck. I don't understand how that works, but they did. And to come to find out, the homeowner wasn't even like that great of a guy. They said he had weapons, so they were like, what were you scared of? A guy out there talking to his truck? Like, and then when he was leaving, the guy called him back, like, oh, you want to do something? Come back. Like, you're not scared, bro. The state's just messing with him. So he beat that charge. I think it was Friday. His wife hit him, assaulted him, then called the cops. They showed up. They didn't even ask what was going on. They didn't do anything. They ran and arrested him for domestic disorderly. Yeah, John, I'm having a feeling that's what's going to happen, because I highly doubt they're just going to do the right thing. Remember when the officers got shot in Bristol and they released all that footage before anything? They literally put it out before anything was done and this and that, just to try and get people on their side. And then something like this happens, And if they're gonna do the same thing court's doing, they messed up, they're gonna hide it, they're gonna try and they're never gonna want to give it to us. And it's kind of messed up because this great CT FOIA system we have doesn't back the people at all, and they really don't help us do anything. So it's discouraging. I mean, it's a broken system for sure. But so and the problem with him is a trained fight, like his brother is a professional UFC fighter, or was, and he could fight really good too. And I honestly think they're just petrified of him. So they showed up, and instead of getting his side or doing anything, they ran and just cuffed him. And then they charged him with resisting because he was backing up as they were trying to grab him. And then they grabbed him and slammed him to the ground. But his wife didn't want any charges pressed. She said he didn't touch her, even though she touched him, and he had marks. They never even documented his marks. He had to document them once he got out. Rhode Island's pretty bad. People don't, it's a small state, so I don't think it gets enough attention as it should. But I know quite, like from working up there and traveling up there a lot now, and I'm doing this, I know quite a few people up there. And Rhode Island doesn't seem like it's any good at all. I can't, he's only sent me 2 short videos. We're going to have to wait to get body camera footage for the full thing. Yeah, John, I'm going through the same thing. And this was another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about too, is we have July 5th, we have a FOIA meeting with the board for, well, CT transparency. We need to talk about that after privately. But we have a meeting with FOIA, the board, the Connecticut board FOIA, and O'Donovan Murphy, who is the court. I don't know his exact title, but he's like the boss of all the marshals that violated our rights. And you know what I mean? Did all that BS at New Britain court that told us he'd give us the footage. Well, now they're denying us the footage, and they're stating that, you're right, Irish, but they're stating that they're not going to give us the footage because of security issues. It will, and this is what FOIA told me before they were trying to discourage me from even having a hearing. They were like, well, you know what I mean? They're going to side with them for security. I can see those cameras. I can go in there and point out every one of those cameras. We have body camera footage from cops inside the court in the back where you're not even supposed to be a ward. So it can't be that big of a deal. And like you said, John, John, that's exactly what they're saying. It's going to be a security issue. People will know where their cameras are. And as Swine said right here, it's not because of that. It's because they blatantly violated our rights that day. Not just mine. Slayer's got violated way more than me. And they don't want to let it out. Instead of doing the right thing, O'Donovan Murphy, he covers up for his corrupt little cronies. And it's sad. O'Donovan Murphy had Tyrant Slayer arrested for sending an email. He emailed him after he beat the case to tell him that he beat the case, to tell them that they are corrupt, and to tell them to quit their jobs. You know what he did? Sent state troopers to his house and had him arrested for harassment with no warrant. It's been a month now, a month and a half. He just went to court for it, and nobody can produce a warrant yet. They couldn't show him a warrant the day they arrested him. The court has no record of a warrant. So what are they doing? It's kind of like when I go into court and I'm not allowed to bring my phone into court, even though I've never violated court rules or broken court rules. Swine, I don't do it all the time, man. I feel like it's a lot of hard work, bro. And it takes time. And the only way to really get it is to keep putting myself in these situations. Go back and watch my first videos, bro. I had no cool. I was real aggressive, but that's just how we're trained to be with these guys, because they don't treat us fair. But I feel like, and I'm just talking about me, I feel like to get further into hopefully affect the change we need, I feel like staying calm gets us a little further. Don't get me wrong, I'm only saying in certain situations. I think there's plenty of times that are warranted where you need to turn it up and you need to stand up for yourself and you need to be aggressive. John, I agree. Well, thank you, Swine. I appreciate that because for as many people that love us and as how much we grow, dude, we still get just as much Karens. John, no, I'm talking. I need the lobby cameras, the cameras that are the metal detector cameras, because as soon as we walked in, they started. And here's another thing, guys. We'll go over it. I have all the statements now that they wrote. Okay. They lied on all the statements. I have proof that they lied on the statements. And O'Donovan Murphy. Hold on, Jeff. I'll get to you in a minute. But so they stated the day that I went to court that they knew Tyrant Slayer was coming, and they had an order. They had something to not let him bring his phone in the courthouse. He didn't have court. He wasn't even going to court for him. How did you know he was going to be there? Like, doesn't make much sense. But they did. The dude literally said, "You can't have your phone in here." He said, "Why?" The dude opened a drawer, looked at a thing, and said, "You're Timothy Riley. You're not allowed to have your phone in here." And the worst part about it is the dude had the phone the whole time. Slayer asked him if he could step outside and make a phone call to call Mr. Murphy to figure out what this is about, and they flat out denied him. That's kind of like, in my opinion, that's theft. You're stealing his property. Like, he's willing to step outside the building to use his phone, and you're not going to give it back. And that was the day I had two phones. I had my work phone. So I said, if you need to make a phone call, bro, I'll let you use one of my phones. And that's when the dude lost it. I said, "Where's the clerk's office?" I tried walking away, dude. He called backup. He lied. He said we were in there recording. He said we were causing a disturbance. Like, we didn't do anything. Slayer asked about his phone and then was literally okay with leaving his phone there because he wasn't there for them. He didn't need it. So it's crazy. And now I go to a court and I can't bring my phone in just because I don't know why. They still can't tell me why. They can't show me anything. So in my opinion, they're violating my Fourth Amendment by not allowing me to bring my property into a public building that I'm allowed to, because O'Donovan Murphy put some fake order on me. Well, what do you think happened in Tyrant Slayer's case? It got dismissed because there was no court order for his phone to not be in there. They made it up. They're making these things up and expecting everybody to just follow suit. Oh, well, they said it, so it must be true. Yeah, John, they had to have been. I mean, I can't say 100% sure, but I'm probably sure there was something put up somewhere that says we had put it out there, so I can't deny it. Where can you go if they won't give you FOIA footage? My town clerk cussed me out and my wife out, and I can't get the footage. They tell me their attorney has it. What can I do? What town are you in, Jeff? What state are you in? Yeah, John, I have, but not officially. I'm kind of scared to send this dude an email. What if I send him an email and he sends the state troopers to my house with no warrant? You know what I mean? I got to figure out who's above them. I agree, Swine. That I was thinking, they make like pen recorders, audio recorders, and stuff. They're literally putting us like as fish in a bucket in that court. Well, you can't protect yourself, even though he sent me the rules, and I've done nothing ever but follow the rules. Which state, just like in every other state, you can record in the lobby, the FOIA, the clerk's office. In Connecticut, you cannot. If you go in there, and you can't even audio record, they will assault you. They will hurt you. They will take your things. They will arrest you. I will, Swine. I'll get it for you. Honestly, bro, I think that's where the point we're at is, like, we're going to start needing other people to just help us and complain and put things in, because they're not listening to just us. They're not doing anything. They even have the state on their side. They have FOIA on their side to tell us that they're not doing anything. And let's see, what do you guys think about this thing that Jeff said? Can't get the footage from the town clerk. What's the footage of? From the police? Or a building? Like, where is it from? That's your... Swine, get a hold of me on Messenger. That's the easiest place. And I don't know if you're a member. Have a members chat now for anybody that's a member. But Facebook's the easiest way. So if you have one, there's two. There's a page called The Constitution State. Don't add that one because I don't really see those as much. But there's one Constitution State. That one's directly to me, and I'll get it. Yeah, the town attorney. Hold on, let's see what he said. Well, it depends where it is. You don't do Facebook? So what's your email? Your email is your name at Gmail, keeping the swine in line at Gmail, no spaces. Or here, you email me, because that's the only way. I'll forget. Here, I'll put it in the chat. That's my Gmail, swine. Send me there. Do you have it recorded, Jeff? Or, like, do you have your side, or you don't have any of it? Do me a favor, swine, or Jeff. Jeff, email me at my email right there, because I can't put I can't click on it right now to send you anything. Oh, truth be told, what up, bro? Everybody, I'm sure you already have, but if you haven't, check out Truth Be Told, man. He's a real one. Good ass dude. I just really got into contact with him a couple weeks ago, but I really like him. I talk to him on the phone. If I need anything, I can call and ask him. He's very knowledgeable, and I love his work. I think he's one of the pioneers in the game right now. Like, he's really out there doing his thing. That's awesome. I'm so glad. That's my email, guys. So if you guys need to email me there. All right. You don't have anything? Yeah. I'd go to the mayor. If not, go to FOIA. I'm sure you have FOIA in Indiana, and tell them what's going on. And that it's Indiana, John. And tell them that you gotta what's going on. And if it's like Connecticut, you're not going to get any help, because in my opinion, FOIA has not done anything for me or the members of Connecticut yet. But who knows how it is over there? It may be different. But thank you, Truth. But that's where we're at, man. The stuff with the car accident, we're trying to figure that out. I feel like the state police are the gatekeepers for that. I feel like they're never going to want to release that footage. I mean, there was multiple troopers there. There was multiple cars there. There's got to be plenty of footage. I do not think that they're going to want to give that up. And then the next thing we're going to look into is the dude getting arrested for this BS disorderly with no complainant. Like, his wife flat out said he didn't do anything. He didn't touch her. She touched him, bit him, hit him. And they jump out of the car and arrest him. They didn't even give him a chance to give his side. I only got like 2 30-second clips from it, because one's one, and the second one they run out and attack him and hit his phone out of his hand. And then they charged him with obstructing for backing up. Well, let me tell you, if I was a victim and I was just beat up by my wife or anybody, and I see 6 people jump out of a car aggressively with guns, I'm going to back up too. Like, that's what I didn't do anything wrong. You have no reason to put me in. Every time they go there, even if they're not even there for him, they put him in cuffs. I really think they're petrified of him, because of how he's trained. Like, and they know like I said, his brother is a UFC fighter. Like, it's just sad to see people treated like that. And he just beat that other case. That's why it looks weird. Like, you guys arrested him for talking on the side of the road to his truck because somebody got it on a Ring camera or a house camera, and they went and arrested him. That's crazy. That's madness. That's a police state. These guys are nuts. And they just do whatever they want, and they continue to. And it's gonna suck. So, CT transparency. I just met a chick. I didn't meet her. I know her, but I haven't seen her in like 15 years at the gas station. I was talking to her. And she was like, dude, the stuff that's going on in Willimantic is crazy. And I'm like, oh, let me guess. what, stopping everybody? And she's like, dude, everybody, them cops are out there stopping people for no reason and searching them and then arresting them when they find something. But they have no, oh, I don't like the street you're coming off of. I don't like the pants you're wearing. Like, what? Like, and it's all the, yeah, John, you're right. But, oh, I lost my thought with that. Oh, it all leads back to the same officer. How is, and I'm not out here to pick on people, officers, or anybody, but how are the same random people that I meet, like some of them I just meet, some of them I've known, all having issues with the same officer? That's what I was telling you about before, CT Transparency. We got some stuff to do this week. If I'm not working Tuesday, I'm going to go to my boy, to court with my boy in Rhode Island. And I got some other stuff up there that I've been trying to do. I've just been busy. So, but no, we'll make time this week. We need to. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be addressed. There's a lot of stuff that's got to be caught up. And it's just, it gets discouraging. Like, I'm not even going to front, to keep going and going. And that's what they want, is us to lose faith. Like, they messed up because they got the wrong ones. Like, I don't know. I'm not that one. Like, it just sucks. But I wanted to get on. I wanted to give everybody a little update. I wanted to give everybody a little update of what's been going on. That car accident thing is really bothering me. I'd like to know what happened there. I don't understand why, when all these officers were shot in Bristol last year, that they released all this footage immediately. But they're going to try and withhold this footage from us. Like, John, who's that? Who's that? I don't even know who that is, John. I've never heard of that. Fill me in. No, and you're absolutely right, John. Or, I mean, truth be told, what's going to go in the news about this? Oh, he was drunk. He crashed his car. They're going to put everything in there, but they're not going to put, oh, the state police and the fire department dropped a tree on the car. They're not going to put that. A tree that didn't even need to be cut at that moment. Like, I would understand if the tree was in danger of falling, if it was in danger of catching. Okay, John. You know what I mean? In danger of catching fire. But if it was like that for an hour or two, I don't see the reason to cut that tree at that moment. And it obviously didn't work. Like, is this what we get from these volunteer fire departments? Do we need to put more money into training these guys? Because I work for a living. I work with my hands for a living. I don't cut trees, but I know basic physics. And I know if I cut a tree, if it's leaning, you know what I mean? I don't know what happened, so I don't want to speak on it, but these people are trained to deal with this stuff. And if what people are claiming happened, we're not okay with that. We're not okay with that one bit. Because they'll try and justify, oh, he was drunk, he shouldn't have been there. So what happens when it's a single mom with her kid that crashes by accident and they do the same thing? Is it then it's wrong? I know, and people always say that, like, oh, well, this happened before. I don't care what led up to it. I really don't. You know what I care about is the response of these people that we pay to treat us right. And, you know what I mean, treat us fair, that never do. That's what I care about. It's their job to respond to these things. Good idea, John, or Swine. I will. I could probably get the girl to come on and talk. It's just, you know what I mean? I wanted to start a GoFundMe for him for right away, but that's not my place to just make these decisions. So a family friend called me, one of their family friends that I don't even know called me today and was like, listen, you have the most outreach. You have the biggest audience. Like, they want you to do it. So I started it, and we're up to $250. Like, they have $0 to do a burial or a cremation, like whatever's the cheapest, but they have no money. And it's crazy. I think the state needs to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, that's horrible. He was the breadwinner. She doesn't work. Like, what are they? 3 kids. One's autistic. Yeah, it's Swine. It's on my page, though. It's not, I can't get it because I'm in here. If I get off of here, I'll lose it. But if you go to the Facebook, well, you don't have Facebook. But if you go to my YouTube page, my community page, it's on there. Yeah, John, that's what I keep hearing. How much is it? Well, it's probably different everywhere, but Yeah, the link's on my page, Swine. If you can grab it, throw it up, please. I meant to put it in the description, but I started this while I was out. I wasn't really prepared, but we're up to 250. Anything helps, man. I feel like the main point of this page is, yeah, to hold police accountable and do that, but it's also to help the community as much as I can. I don't care what it is. 4K Connecticut transparency. Somebody told me earlier it was 1,000 without services, just to have them burnt, like just to have them cremated. So, I mean, we got a goal, so I'm going to do as much as I can to try and make it, because it's important. I feel like everybody should be able to have the proper burials or leaving. His kids should be able to have that memory. They shouldn't be like, oh, we were broke, we couldn't do anything for him. That sucks, man. And he was a good dad. Like, okay, yeah, he drank, he had his little issues, but you know what? He worked every day. He provided for his kids every day. He spent more time with his kids than most dads do. Like, he was an active father, dude. And it breaks my heart. But it just sucks. That's it, though. I got a bunch of videos in line. I got a bunch that are waiting to get approved. I got stuff coming. It's just they're taking like a week, dude, or even more to approve some of my videos. And I've gotten to the point where I kind of just throw them up now, but we'll see how it goes. That's crazy, Connecticut transparency. That's probably what we're going to end up doing. They said they want to throw their own services. So, like, you know what I mean? We'll get them cremated, and then we'll go to, like, Mansfield Hollow. And, yeah, John, I've seen that too. That's why I went on Restream, though, because on this one, this streams to YouTube and all my pages on Facebook. So, oh, thank you, Swine. You're the man. I'm not saying anybody has to, but if anybody wants to check out this GoFundMe, please do. And I don't even say, I don't mean just donate. Share it if you can. Please try and get it out there. I would love to help this family. Thank you, truth be told. You're the man. I really do appreciate you. I feel like you're a real one. I love meeting people like you. It really, how do I want to say it? You know what I mean? It puts more support on your side. And it is what it is. But it's been almost a half hour. I got to get ready for bed. I got work tomorrow. And that's it. We'll see what's going on this week. I think I'm only working Monday. So if I'm only working Monday, we will get out and do stuff the rest of the week. I would like to go to the police department that arrested this dude and ask them some questions. And it sounds like we need to go back to Troop D, because they do have a sign on the door that I missed last time I was there stating you can't film, even though you can. And be what it be. So, yeah. All right, guys. Be easy. Stay safe. I'll talk to you guys all later. How do I end it? There we go.